Hello and welcome everybody. We're doing a quick discussion about the differences between Prizm draft picks and Prizm basketball. Now, the Prizm has a 300 base card set. Prizm draft picks has a 100 card base set with a couple of subsets, Global Prospects, Crusade, and they'll print variations. So for example, Zion here has at least 3 variations, number 1, number 64 in the Crusade version. So you're going to see some redundancy there, which decreases scarcity. With a 300 card set only printing 1 Zion, there's that idea of scarcity. If the print numbers were exactly the same, there would be more Zion cards out there in draft picks than Prizm. I'm not saying that the print runs were exactly the same. Just the idea is out there that Prizms are more scarce, therefore command a premium, just because the nature and construction of the set. Prizm comes with, correct me if I'm wrong, 12 packs per hobby box. Prizm draft picks was half that. It was like 5 or 6 packs per hobby box. You fact check that, look at the hobby box. But as I recall, there are more Prizms per box than Prizm draft picks. Now, I want to talk about investing real quick, or as I call it, speculation on individual cards. Just be careful what you're getting into, know what you're getting into, understand the market. Prizms are more of interest to investors, as there are 10,000 in Prizm. There are 10,000 PSA 10 Zion Williamsons out there. Whereas with draft picks, there's only like 400 at the making of this video, but that doesn't mean there won't be more. If the price of Zion, like these are really cheap right now. All of these, John Morant's, Zion's, they're super cheap, less than $100. And if those do shoot up to $200, you're going to see an influx of tens of thousands of these to be graded, and that population is just going to go through the roof, okay? So very volatile. Whereas with 10,000 Prizms at PSA 10, that's what you want as an investor, and those are selling for around, at the making of this video, 300, 350, in that range, Zion Williamsons. And you want that volume as an investor. Does that make sense? So if this is your investment tool, if your investment vehicle is one player, you want that volume otherwise, and interest, otherwise it's hard to liquidate your position. So for example, if you had 10,000 shares of a stock, whether it be a card or a stock, and you want to sell your position, if there's no interest and no volume, let's say the volume is 1 a day. So you're on Wall Street, you're trying to sell these shares and you can only sell 1 a day with 10,000 shares. Do the math. It's going to take forever to move out of that position. So volume is good for investing. There's more volume and apparent interest and sentiment in Prizm basketball than there is Prizm draft picks. Now let's talk about the more interesting things, collecting. When I talk about collecting, everybody has different collecting goals. So I'm going to share my goals. And then you watching this video, need to make your own decisions what interests you. I like Prizm draft picks because I'm mostly interested in the newcomers. I have so many vets. I have so many LeBron, Chris Paul, pickup player. I just got tons of them. So am I really looking to increase my positions in those players? Not necessarily. With football, I am, because I play fantasy football and I want the latest updates and upgrades and people move around. I want to see Le'Veon Bell in a Kansas City Chiefs uniform, stuff like that. So for football, I do collect vets and rookies, but here in basketball, I collect mostly rookies. Not saying I wouldn't. If I see a pack of Prizm retail, I'm going to grab that pack, or a good deal on a hobby box. I'm going to grab that because why not? It's fun. But ultimately, my primary goal is just get the fun rookies from that year, maybe collect some autos, and then move on. So you can see how my mind thinks. And if you are new to basketball collecting and you want the premium product, it makes sense for most people to go out and get some Prizm, because it's just a lot of fun to either crack, rip, or just buy single cards of players that you like on your local team or whatever team you're rooting for. Let me know your thoughts about these two different products in the comments below. There are obviously some inserts. They all have parallels. Autographs. Autographs do a good job retaining their value regardless of what set they come from. So if you want to support this channel, you can visit my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.